Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. I appreciate everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It's good times, it's fun times. We're going to be this topic of today. Nah, guys, subscribe, but this one is serious. This topic of today is us being realistic. Being realistic and honest. It's time for honesty. Yes, Chiefs played yesterday. It's not like we played great football, but we stopped Sundowns from playing their football. But there has to be a question now we have to ask ourselves. And it's very hurtful questions that we have to ask ourselves. And it's questions that hurt me every time I have to think about these questions. And the questions are this. And the reason why I'm saying this question, because I was going over the stats and everything of yesterday, which you will see coming up on the picture of the channel. But the question I have to ask ourselves is Kaizer Chiefs still a big team? Or are we just a big team historically? When I say that, I'm like, everything we are doing on the field is not anything resembling a big team. It's resembling a small team trying to stop a big team. So now we have to be honest. Chiefs, since in the past, I don't know how many seasons now, has not been playing Sundowns like a team that can beat Sundowns. Has been playing Sundowns like a team that just doesn't want to get beaten by Sundowns. So that is my problem. And Sundowns, on top of that, has been playing Chiefs like a team that knows they can beat Chiefs and a team that does not fear Chiefs. The only team that hasn't reached that point is Orlando Pirates, because we've been beating Pirates somehow. But Sundowns now, whenever they play Chiefs, they don't play us thinking Chiefs is a threat. They just play us thinking we can beat these idiots and stuff like that. And another thing is the time that we accept that we can no longer be called the Cup Kings. There's no way Cup Kings go almost 8 years now without any cup. We are no longer the Cup Kings. These titles that we used to give ourselves were titles that even in Chiefs' worst season, they could at least get one trophy. They could get a Telkom knockout, MTN 8 or Super 8 or whatever. They could get a Nedbank Cup. Chiefs always found a way to get one trophy. That's why we were called the Cup Kings, because even if we didn't win the league, we would win a cup or would win the leagues. One of the two, or whatever, would get a cup or a league. But yeah, guys, let's go over these stats. Let's talk about the game. So these stats, when I looked at them, it was what I expected. But you know, when you expect something and when you actually see something, those are two different things. When I saw these stats, I was like, yeah, Chiefs is swag. Swag. The game plan that they played worked for them, but the game plan that Chiefs played showed us one thing, and that is that Chiefs is no longer a big team. Chiefs is a big team in terms of history, but in terms of a season, any team that plays Kaizer Chiefs does not believe Chiefs will beat them. Any team that plays Kaizer Chiefs does not fear Kaizer Chiefs. Any team that plays Kaizer Chiefs will believe, Guti, we can beat these guys. And if you see this stat line that I have here today, it says that any team that was watching the MTN 8 this weekend, if they see this stat line, they'll be like, we have played Sundowns better than Chiefs. Because let me read the stat line, guys, because it's a very scary one. Ball possession. Sundowns in a whole 90 minutes had the ball 72% of the time compared to Chiefs 28%. Meaning that in this whole game, Sundowns had the ball 72% of the time and Chiefs only had the ball 38%. That means that Chiefs did nothing on the field besides defend. And it's not a lie. It's not a lie. Yes, I will say this. No one can go around and say Sundowns dominated us. No, Sundowns didn't dominate us. The game plan that Molifin Siki and his team put together was that Sundowns was going to dominate the ball, but not dominate the ball in crucial areas. Meaning that Sundowns was just dominating the ball in the middle of the park, and on closer to the corner flag, but they weren't really entering the box. So they weren't entering the box. Their shots were coming out from more outside of the box. And those are things that Chiefs were like, we can live with them shooting from outside the box. And then when we decided to sacrifice our pace, they ended up finding more ways to get into the box. And that was Molifin Tsiki and them's issue because their substitutions were wrong. Now, this one is a scary one. Shots at goal. Not shots on target, shots at goal. Chiefs took 4 shots at the keeper, Ronwen Williams, and only one hit the target. And we know the one that hit the target was the goal. Sundowns, on the other hand, took 21 shots and only 6 were on target. Now, this is what I want to tell you guys. Which, if I read this stat to you, to say Sundowns took 21 shots and Chiefs only took 4 shots at Ronwen Williams, then ask yourself, which team wanted to win? Which team wanted to attack? It's definitely not Chiefs, because that means Sundowns tried. They tried to hit the ball in the back of the net. They tried 21 times to score. They did their best. 21 shots at goal, meaning 21 chances. They tried to hit the back of the net. But Chiefs only did that 4 times in a whole 90 minutes. It's not a good stat. It is very, very bad. It is like a terrible stat to have. Shots on target is even worse because the one shot on target we had was a goal. And who scored that goal? A defensive midfield. So our attacking players, where were you? Tanzania, shot at goal? No. Dupree, shot at, on target? No. Modi, shot on target? No. Potsani, shot on target? No. And then you guys are going to call yourself attackers. Kanti, what is the attacker's main job? To hit the ball on target, to threaten the keeper. If you are not doing that, then what are you doing on the field? We might as well have a team of defenders if that is how we're going to play, you know? So these stats were really scary for me, because even another stat that is scary, corners. Chiefs had 0 corners. Sundowns had 4 corners. If Chiefs had 0 corners, it means that Chiefs was not trying to attack. Chiefs was just defending. This is our reality, guys. Our reality is that a big team like Kaizer Chiefs is no longer a threatening team. A big team like Kaizer Chiefs is no longer an attacking team. A big team like Kaizer Chiefs is playing like a small team. We play like a small team. We don't show what we have. And the reason why I'm saying this is that a lot of you will be thinking, Guti, no, guys, don't worry, it's only Sundowns. But no, how many teams have we been playing? Stellenbosch, Chiba, Cape Town City, etc. They've all been dominating us in the middle field. Our middle field is dead. Our middle field is dead, 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 dead. The reason we were only praising Abu Mulifensiki yesterday is because they stopped Sundowns from playing. But they didn't play as Kaizer Chiefs. Chiefs did not play. They just stopped the other team from playing in dangerous areas. So you know what that means? That means that our strategy when we play a big team like Sundowns is to stop Sundowns from playing. But then do we have a plan to play? No. Because why? Mulifensiki has no system. And that is the reality. Mulifensiki has no system. Like, that is just the be and end all of it. Mulifensiki has no system. He just knows how to plan for teams. And this thing is not good because it means that we're going to lose games and we're going to draw games and we won't be winning consistently because there's no system. This thing is a very, very, very big problem. And look, it would have been better if we had the right players in Chiefs, because if we played this system that we played yesterday, it means that you are utilizing your attacks when you do get the ball. Like, you can have 28% possession, but at least have 15 shots and goal. meaning that you're doing break attacks and you only need 4 to 5 touches on the ball. And then Sundowns needs like 30 touches on the ball to take a shot, but you only need 4 to 5. Then you can have a stat of 28% possession, because at least you know you are threatening their goalkeeper and their defense. So yesterday when I saw Umendieta come onto the field, I was like, yeah, Mendieta is what Chiefs is missing. Mendieta is what Chiefs is missing, because Umdantsane is not working. Umdantsane playing number 10 is not working, and it's so sad that Umendieta. Imagine this team, guys. Look, Umat is not perfect. I won't even say Matt is perfect. He just works hard, but he's not good going forward. But I'm just saying, let's just say this transfer window happened and we decided to sign players. I'm just going to let's add Mendieta Taboqele. Taboqele was a free agent at some point. If Chiefs paid Taboqele's salary that he wanted, Chiefs was going to have Castillo, it was going to have Castillo, it was going to have Taboqele, it was going to have Mendieta, because Mendieta was only 12 million. It's actually a very cheap price when you think about how much these players are going for these days. These days, Abo Mendieta cost about 20 million, etc. But now he only costs like 12 million. So imagine we had Taboqele, Castillo, Mendieta, middle of the park sorted. We have sorted the middle of the park if those were the players we signed. Striker, I am still not sure about Gonzalez. I still need to see him, so I won't comment on him. I don't know if he's good or bad. That one we will have to see for ourselves, if he's good or bad. Defense, we have done better, but we still have to fix the left back situation, because when Shanti is not there, they play our right backs at left back. So it tells you good, it doesn't make sense. Why would we play our right backs at left back? Because that means that we don't have a third option at left back, because they don't trust Martian. And I don't blame them for not trusting Martian. Martian is not a good defender. I always mention this. Like, in terms of defending, he's not good. But in terms of what he can do in attack, he's one of the better left backs. But that doesn't help if you can't defend. Substitutions were obviously bad. Okay, let's just do quick ratings of players. Peterson had a good game. I'll give Peterson 6. There's not much he could have done about the goal. Shanti, I'll give 6. No, Shanti, I'll give 5, because he didn't track the runs of Abu Umudao. So Shanti, I'll give 5. Msemango, Ditlokwe, 6 each. Like they were there to defend, but they didn't get that final ball. So like they still conceded 6. Quinika 6. Also, I'll also give him a 6, because he was there to defend. He was not there to attack. I think people must realize one thing about the soccer that Molefe Ntsiki is doing, is that he's trying to have defenders who, right back and left back, who do not join attack. And the reason he's doing that is because he's been conceding goals with those wingers who are attacking. And the reason why I'm saying he's conceding goals, I'm saying because you're not playing Solomons. I think Solomons is one of the better players in terms of recovery as a right back, and I would play Frostlight left back if I have to. If I really have to, I'll play Frostlight left back. Mad 5. Look, I'll say 5.5. He defended well, but your job is not only to defend. So you defended well, but you kept messing up passes. Maybe people will say I must give you 6 because of the defense, but you can't mark a team and then lose the ball. It's like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Castillo scored the goal. I'll give him 6 to 6.5. Castillo's had the same problem as Matt. They would get the ball and lose the ball. Like, they'll pass the other opponents. We don't know how to use the ball. Mdantsane, I'll give it 3. Like his jersey number, he'll get a 3. Mdantsane was not in the game. Like, If someone could say they saw Mdantsane in yesterday's game, I'd be like, they're lying. That's how bad it was. He was not in the game. Modi, 5. Modi was not in the game. They were just defending. Botsani just defending, 5. Dupree also not really in the game, but he has energy. So he tries to close down, etc., etc. And he did create the assist. So I'll give Dupree a 6. Um, the substitutions were all bad substitutions. Well, not all bad, but like they were wrong substitutions. So Frostland, I didn't see enough of him. They brought him to defend. He couldn't defend. I won't give a rating. Gonzalez played a lot of minutes, but he didn't do much. So for Gonzalez, I'll give a 5 for his first rating. They didn't supply him. He didn't create space for himself. So it's like that at the end of the day. Dupree gave him one cross and he just didn't find a way to connect with that cross. So 5 for Gonzalez. I can't remember the other players who came on, the substitutions, because at that point it was just the rush. We'll bring Abomato and stuff like that. And like we are just going to defend, and I feel like we messed it up. So those are my ratings. Tell me what you guys think of the Chiefs game. Did you like that the Chiefs that we are seeing today is a very disappointing Chiefs, is a Chiefs that can't play, is a Chiefs that can't, like the team that Sundowns had today, that had yesterday, that was playing, was a team that was very beatable, and I saw that from the starting lineup. You cannot tell me that that team that they were playing is the best team Sundowns could ever put on the pitch. It was not, but still we could not beat them. So when their players start healing, Abo Tembazwane, Abo Maseko, and all these players start healing and they're getting chances, then what are we gonna do? We're going to lose, or you know, it was just disappointing. Guys, please subscribe to the channel. Let's let the channel grow. Thank you to those who subscribed. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you're not enjoying the content, say I don't enjoy the content, but I'll keep watching and I'll subscribe. Thank you to those guys. And yeah, let's see what's happening. I really hope this game has made Chiefs management realize that they need to beef up the midfield. They need it. The midfield is pop. It's pop.